I am loving this. It's in a way you could say roughing it, because everything is quite primitive, but at the same time it's you know, building comforts with a minimal effort, a minimal investment. And it's not about the effort that I don't want to put in, but about making use of a minimal amount of material, about efficiency. Because I think we've got it all wrong, you know, the way that we are trying to minimize our consumption and to make things more efficient and more modern, and it's too little. It's always about, you know, reducing by 20% or by 10%, but then overall it still rises. I think they had the better idea in the 70s. It's like we actually should be going back to like 5% of what is normal and standard now, and that's sort of my aim. But anyway, well, the reason why I'm happy here is because I've got a kitchen and a workshop and storage, just all sort of in one space. And I know this is for anybody else probably absolute madness and too much stuff, but for me it's really cool because, like, I'm making this sorrel experiment. See, it's like a little tent model to see how that hardens, and this is like a little SIP panel, like with insulation, with sawdust. Just familiarizing myself with this material as I'm learning from Andrew, because I love this. The magnesium, it feels so good. I love the cream colors. I love it. Yeah. So it's outside. It's cold. It's maybe, I don't know, whatever it is now, probably 5-6 degrees or so. But you know, the fact that you can just, well, that I can be here and enjoy good, you know, foods, and this is my meal from yesterday that I made, and I added a can of mackerel. So it's like a vegetable, fresh I love that there's so many good vegetables here, but I've been just cooking whole foods since I've been here. I cut down on my supermarket visit. I mean, when I did go to the supermarket, it was just, you know, I fall into old habits. Like, I gotta have a little bit of sweet and a little bit of chocolate and a little bit crunchy this and a little bit that, and the processed stuff does come in and sort of can fool yourself by saying that is you know, the good or the better ones of the bad ones that you could have taken, but it's still, you know, it's cheating. It's nonsense. I find it hard to transition to the whole foods, like just really cooking, but actually it's getting easier and I'm enjoying it more and more. And so while I'm here, I can be in the kitchen cooking and then cleaning up and doing and organizing and then drawing out some stuff. I love that I can keep switching between tasks, and I know that's not efficient, and you lose yada 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 yada, but actually I function better that way if I can just keep cycling through the tasks. When I get bored with that, and so that keeps me excited to keep going in these, and it keeps me sharp because I have to. I can't let this burn, and I shouldn't forget about that. So all these things, they engage me, and that makes it engaging. Duh. And yeah, makes it also more fun, you know. And well, while I'm creating, while I'm doing this kind of stuff, it's fun and makes me very appreciative of being here, and in that appreciation there's something about, you know, a humbleness and having small, of course talking to a camera is all but humble, but you know, this is the thing that I'm struggling with. I just love being here and being present. I haven't been filming since, I've been trying, but really haven't been filming since I've gotten here, because I've been really enjoying the process of creating and overcoming and doing and figuring stuff out, and it's really a blessed way of interacting with the world. And I didn't expect that such a simple setting as this would be so fulfilling for me, because, you know, when you see stuff on YouTube, it's like, oh, that's a beautiful house, and I was never going to get a house. I was never going to buy or invest. That whole financial thing, and I'm going a different route. I do want the space and the comfort and the beauty and all that comes with it. But I'm not willing to sacrifice such a large chunk of my living life, my being here on this planet, my time for that. I just don't want to do that. And yeah, if that's what it takes, yeah. But you know, I think a lot of us are feeling that, but we think we can sort of quick scam our way out of it, hustling and grifting and you know, but if it's not true, if it's not real, like for example, yeah, living a life like a digital nomad. Like 20 years ago, I landed in Bali, and it was the first thing that I thought, oh my god, I want to live like this here and do that. But quite quickly I realized, no, that's like a neo-colonial way of doing this. I'm leveraging my currency dominancy, and that's just being part of the mafia family, you know. It's like, hey, I'm what you gonna do, you know. It just doesn't make sense. And I know a lot of people will hate on this and think, oh, well, fuck you. It's like I'm helping those people here, and I'm bringing the money in, and we're helping each other, and it's good business. And I get it, sure, it works that way. But you're still part of a class, part of. Let them make the smoothies, and you can do your yoga and do that. I want that too. I want the yoga and I want the smoothies, but I don't want it to be done by payment and by servants. I want to be on an equal and fair exchange. It's a bit of a high horse thing, but it really isn't. It is about just being realistic, because that model, that digital nomad model, works only for very few, and it's precarious, to say the least. You gotta have some kind of financial hustle going on, and an investment thing, or have a good paying job, you know. And it's only made for a very small percentage of people. And even if it were like democratized, that a lot more people could do it, like through an UBI, it would fall apart quite quickly. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's good to see as like, hey, this is the life we kind of want, and so therefore I can acknowledge it and say, yes, that is great. But the way that it is like sort of set up and financed is not a complete circle. It's, you know, you got to have a good funnel of money pumping in, and it's the same for a lot of these sort of like community retreats. You know, conscious models of living together, when it really comes down to the nitty-gritty of more of an egalitarian, and I would say even, you know, like a global egalitarian. We're nowhere near that, but you know, even within your own country, try to set something like that up, something has to shift quite dramatic. You can't have that luxurious post-rat race, but I have got my bling bling with me to make it work, and I'll sell and monetize this and that and influence and such and so. But you know what? I'm actually going to cut some garlic before I keep going on my rant. But yeah, that's sort of like the direction that I'm thinking of, and I would like to share more without being, you know, too much on the high horse. And there's an answer to it. It's not all negative, like, oh, this is all bad and shit. But I've been thinking about this for a very long time. Like I said, 20 years ago, I realized, oh, I want that life. And believe me, back then that wasn't a thing, a digital nomad, but it was where I was, and I was really wanting it. And then no, this is not the path. Maybe I should have taken that path. And then, you know, it's the same like I stopped working too early. I stopped when I was 20 having a job. I should have just made a shit ton of money, and then when I had enough saved up, I could have then say, you know, this is all bullshit, I'm not going to work for Coca-Cola anymore. I did a little bit too early. I went like, Coca-Cola? Fuck you. Nope, not doing that. And when you say fuck you, I'm not doing that, that is when things become quite interesting, when you can't leverage that situation. Then it becomes quite challenging how to deal with the money thing. But that's something for another time. Yeah. Ciao.